So, this is attempt. Didn't even keep track. How many times we tried to get this thing to work?
Yeah, it is now 6 o'clock. We started the whole process,
Like 5:30 or something.
before that I think it was like 5:15.
You ever shitting me?
It's been like 45 minutes.
Well, we think we got it working, except the last time we tried, audio was horrible, and we didn't exactly do anything different this time. We didn't identify the problem. So
we should probably put this back.
you're right. This is the solving the problem. Alright. So, what do you think of the media school?
Media school. Honestly, I don't know. A lot of it, to be completely honest, I forgot. Just over the years, you just get so busy with everything you can't retain none of the material.
Yep. I thought that I had a good hand at this audio and recording stuff, but apparently not, because we've been trying for the last hour to set this thing up.
It's 6:15 and we've been trying to get this set up, and it's been an hour at least, almost an hour.
Yep. And now we're trying to get internships and be like, hey, hire me, even though we literally can't do this. Hey, it's a work in progress. We're going to figure it out. The reason why it didn't work is because our instructions were given by, let's just say, a aged individual.
Yeah, that's one word you could use.
That's a story for another time.
Another day when we're not in the studio, I learned my lesson with him.
Yep. I think we all learned our lesson. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, the media school is pretty cool.
So, such a pause.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I like recording shit. I don't like learning about, data stuff,
Man, I can't. Given that presentation, dude, I cannot do that just, in some, corporate, office, you know what I mean? Just every day you're going, you have to, present things to your boss, different ideas and...
It's did you do the social media research, and then did you identify the quadrants? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, I'm gonna have to answer to the towels, forever. Just, it's they're like a Pokemon, they just, evolve. They just get worse and worse.
Every job you ever have will always have some corporate shit involved, you think your manager is the worst, then your manager got somebody breathing down their neck too. And then that person's got someone breathing down their neck.
Yeah, it's insane. The fucking hierarchy, dude, it's kind of crazy. You ever think about everybody's complaining about the managers, but those managers probably complain about their bosses.
Yeah.
Dude, you're always working for someone, but that's what we wanna avoid.
That's why we signed up for this media school. So we want to build these skills, make our own content. I remember working at TJ Maxx, and the managers were just crazy. But then when corporate comes to visit, you realize all of a sudden their asshole puckers up tighter than a fucking...
Dude, literally, they... Yeah. They always have to put on a show.
And all of a sudden they become the employee.
Yo.
And you see them get shit on by their higher up.
It's kind of nice, honestly.
Yeah. I agree. But then you wonder, who are the higher ups responding to that they gotta come shit on every store? All they do is spend their time driving around to these different stores throughout the state, saying, the shelf's wrong. That's why we want to avoid the corporate. If you go up, people are like, oh, I got promoted at retail and now I make $70K. I'm like, but at what cost? Your soul.
Your soul, literally. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with life. Just talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just have conversations that they're not structured or anything. It's just spontaneous conversations.
I agree. If we can just get these recording systems to work and actually memorize how to set them up, we will be set.
Yep. I feel like we just need we need the equipment, but we also need the commitment. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We need to
There's a
just
reason it rhymes.
yeah, just gotta come here like frequently. We need to make. We should challenge ourselves like to make at least like one video per week.
Agreed. That's a great idea. And we literally have so much like content to work with because we literally anytime you get one kill in a game, you're like, I'm gonna clip that. Even though it's like I don't even have space to upload these to the Xbox Live anymore.
Yo,
Straight up. But yeah, that's why that's pretty much why we joined this school. People going to business and shit, like, what are they gonna do? You're gonna have to answer to the boss at the bank. Forget that.
dude, just crunching numbers for endless hours, bro. I feel like you ever wonder like you look around and these people, they literally look lifeless. Like it's like they're putting on a mask, like they have to and they always have, that they just forgotten who they are. You know,
They're literally like servants to the company. Like they're like required to do this shit.
they're like, we'll give you green paper if you come and do this every day for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Like the people who doing sales shit, like they be hyping up their products and shit, and then you say you don't want to buy it, and then you look at them, they look like they're all hyped up on cocaine. They start freaking out, sweating. They're like, "What? You're not gonna buy this?"
Yeah,
Like imagine being under that much pressure to make your quota.
dude, it's like fucking Jimmy McGill. He's like, I gotta sell these cell phones, you know.
He's like, the low life you're selling these cell phones to, pal? You need a better audience. I'm like, man, get the fuck out.
What was that? Half off?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. It's like, I knew a guy who's doing 10, 15, 20 months. Like, people in business school, they get the best school on campus. It's like decked out and shit.
Definitely, because I feel it's definitely the most common major for sure.
But see, they probably, I bet that's where a lot of the, Greek life people go.
Yeah.
They probably have all those weird business connections. They go on these weird seminars with these weird parties and shit. Probably make friends like, hey, you were at the hazing ritual.
Yeah.
So, I bet it's all like political up there, I mean, it kind of is over here, low key too. Some of these people, like, I mean, you've got the experience working with the media group. We won't say anything.
Yeah.
It's a media group. You don't even know what school we're going to. Straight up.
Think about this. Well, if someone came up to you and they're deciding like to go to college or not to go to college, what would you say to that person hypothetically?
I would say, honestly, I don't know if I'm the right person to say, oh, you should pick your major out before you show up, because I showed up not knowing what I wanted to do.
Yeah, same.
And I feel like sometimes you have to be at the school and see what it's like undeclared for a little bit and see what they're offering to really, but at the same time I'd say you should also have an idea of what, if you're thinking about going to college, you should at least have an idea of something that you think would be rewarding. Because if you don't have some you think you would enjoy doing, and you're just going to be like, it's just not going to be worth it. It's going to be a big waste of money, and it'll follow you for the rest of your life if you don't finish it.
Yeah, and I feel like I agree with you. I feel like the biggest thing, honestly, if you want to like succeed, is you have to like apply yourself. And I'm not the person to be able to say that, because I tend to slack off. But just for like people, if I could go back, I would like just immediately as soon as you get in, start like making connections with people and stuff like that. But I'd say that's a key, and like, because if you want to make sure that the degree you're going for is actually going to be worth something. Because if you just don't know what you're going to do and you just randomly pick, you don't give it much thought, you'd probably be better off going to like a trade school, and
where you would learn skills that could get you hired ASAP instead of getting in a money trap with something you don't know that you want to do.
It's a gamble for sure. It's a gamble, but like honestly, you have to bet on yourself.
Yup, like that's the thing. If I could go back, I would have started getting these connections earlier, and I would have. But at the same time, it's like, but you also have to be. I would suggest being undeclared for like just a second, just to see what you want. But when you do figure it out, that's when you really got to start making the connections ASAP. But you can also make connections before you're declared. Like, you can go to just all the miscellaneous events that they offer.
Yeah.
On campus, Like if you're gonna go to college, I think you just gotta realize it's not like high school where you just do the notes and it looks good. You gotta like be part of this society. You know?
No, I mean, it's the circle of life, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta find your way to fit in, like, but like, man, yeah. As junior year is like wrapping up, senior year. How would you like describe your experience over the past 3 years here?
I would say it's been quite the roller coaster. You know, the beginning felt like that kind of like high school innocence, I used to say, when you become a freshman for the first time, or like when you go to a new school for the first time in sixth grade. You know, the new school, new campus, new people, everything feels so fresh and stuff. But then after that first semester, then that's when COVID hit, and so everything got upended, and then so it felt like we had an extra long summer, you know,
Yeah.
and it felt like a long time passed before I was finally back at school sophomore year. And sophomore year, first semester was another like one of those dream semesters. It just went by so quick, and we didn't realize how great it was. But then the semesters since then have been when it's really started to get more tough.
Yeah, looking back, man, I should have honestly like done so much more shit. Like I did. I mean, I enjoyed the. I would have wrote a lot more.
Oh, no, you've exposed yourself.
I mean,
We're gonna edit that part out.
Yeah, that's okay.
We'll just put a bleep over it. Yep.
Yeah, so that media group that I joined last year, and working there, but I wish I would have been more involved with that, and branched out from like my comfort zone. I wish. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm gonna do next year, I'm gonna try to get on. Like, I'm not gonna do sports. I think I'm gonna do something else.
Dude, I'll be honest, man. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I should have just, instead of trying to get that English tutoring job, I was more focused on making easy money. I should have just gone.
Dude, we could literally go and like make writing if we want to do like political blogs and shit like that. Dude, we could like present that to them, and like we don't have to be on any official beat. We're like, hey, could you like, could you run this? Could you run this in the paper, or could you like post it on like an online on their website?
Damn, that's crazy. It's probably too late to sign up for this semester, but when the next one starts, right?
And you get paid. You get paid for doing like but you get, it's not like an hourly thing. You get paid for doing work. You get paid for writing papers, like articles. But like that's what I loved about my first semester is I wasn't on any specific beat. I was just doing my own writing. Like I would send ideas to my editor and be like, "Hey, is it cool if I do this? If I make this blog article about so and so?"
Dude, I'm about to do that next year, but be the, like what you just said, the independent one where you're not on a beat. I might just have to join. You know what I'm saying? We could do our own thing.
Yeah, I think that would be good for both of us. We need to
resume too.
Yep, need to diversify our portfolio.
That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're recording. We're just talking about life, because this is tough. People our age could relate to this, especially in the age of COVID. People want to know what they're going to do with life, and they want it to be worth it. Well, if you want it to be worth it, you really got to put it in. Like, the past 2 years,
put in the hours.
It's been like, take this out. Past 2 years, it's been like, pass fail type shit, like cheaper tuition, stuff like that. But that shit's running out, and soon we're going back to real life, like to where they're gonna be like, all right, you're gonna there's no more pass fail. You really gotta have better notes. You gotta stand out. That's why we're doing stuff like this.
We need to do that, man, honestly, and I need to be more involved in my classes. Like, even if they offer online next semester, I just should go to class.
Dude, I feel that, like, I've been missing a couple of my classes lately, just from the bad sleeping schedule, but also, like, I was working advanced women's rights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
It doesn't matter. Like, you just got to take the opportunities when they come, because later you're going to look back and think, wow, there were so many opportunities. Why didn't I take it? I would have been done with it by now. It wouldn't have been as stressful as I thought it would have been. Like, you just got to do stuff, like, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like guys like us, we're so like
You see a guy like me.
we're so introverted, you know.
Yeah.
A freak.
Guy like me. See, I know why. We are pretty introverted. It's been sometimes it's hard to even do audio recording.
Dude, like I was honestly, I'll be honest. Like starting as soon as we started this and started talking, I always get anxious before recording, but it's just because I overthink. I don't
Yeah.
just do it, you know. I just need to stop overthinking and start like applying myself and doing shit without. That's what I was saying. Like I just knew like we had to come here today to record.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, there's no reason why we couldn't. Like
And it's cool that they let us stay even after it's technically supposed to lock. You know, like I assume that means they just lock from the outside. We can still exit from the inside, but it just locks behind us. But that's pretty clutch. It means we can just come here anytime we got time, pretty much.
Yep.
Just as
And-
long as it's before 6.
yeah, and honestly, I want to go to Walmart to
Yeah.
pick up a game cast.
Shit, that's probably a good idea. I mean, how expensive is that shit?
I saw, but honestly, like, bro, I'd be down to down to drop 100 on it. Honestly,
Jesus, 100?
if it's because like
And Sleepy Joe Brand's America.
for what yeah from what I've like read about him, you need to invest in a quality one because you don't want the quality of the video and the audio to be shit. You know,
Damn, I mean, if you did that, that would be clutch.
it's if I do that, then we need to really do this. We need to apply ourselves and do this shit.
I mean, yeah, that's why we're here. That's what this whole. I feel like that's been the common theme of this little recording we've done tonight. Is just you're in college, you gotta apply yourself. You know, that's the moral of the story.
yeah,
And you see, we're talking about applying ourselves, but we're also doing it in real time. We're talking about going to Walmart and getting game cast. You know, I feel like people our age on YouTube, online, wherever, they could really benefit from just hearing a real perspective in real time.
just
You know?
uncensored, just like raw information. Like we're not overthinking
Yeah.
it. We're not
That
Pl-
raw shit, you know.
pause.
You know, I mean, this is the realest recording you'll ever get. We're just being straight up. We're not saying like, oh, you know, put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. We're talking about the realities. Like, oh, you're gonna screw up. You're gonna not do as much as you should have, but that doesn't mean you should accept that. You just gotta start it now. Better late than never.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you have a dream, you should just go for it. Like no matter what anyone says, you know,
You know,
you
I
just
feel that.
you should just go for it because we only have like one life, and
Exactly.
that's the like, there's no argument. Like that's all we know. We know that for sure. You know, like we know that no one lives forever. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Church.
Yep.
And
It's-
not the kind that y'all think.
yep, a different kind. You just
Badger church. I feel like if you have one life, why not try what you know you would love? Maybe screw up trying over just playing it safe and then not having another do-over.
dude, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
You know, like you just have to go for it. That's you can do that with anything, dude. Whether
Mhm.
that's like education, like working, like like a job, money, you know, or like
Yeah.
getting with girls and stuff. It's you just have to like shoot your shot.
I feel that, man. Like, that's just the moral of this story, pretty
Yeah.
much. And that's what we're going to keep doing.
Yeah, I think that's a good start to this like this talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We're going to keep this up. Y'all are going to hear some church here.
You're gonna hear some church, but also you're gonna hear a lot more voices than just ourselves.
Oh, yeah. We
Because-
got people our age.
People our age. We also got when Landman's back. You
Yeah.
know,
We got some interesting perspectives for sure. We everybody our age is going through the same thing we are, and we've all got. Some people are in different schools than us. Some people have different opinions, different perspectives.
yeah.
It'll just be quite the diverse discussion, I guess you could say.